Hello everyone, today we're addressing the critical issue of identity theft. It's important to stay informed and vigilant. Dealing with stolen credit cards and fake social security numbers can be incredibly stressful. So let's take a comprehensive look at how to protect your identity. Shredding sensitive documents is a crucial step, and creating strong, unique passwords is essential. Be cautious of phishing scams and always secure your personal information. Let's get started. We will start our countdown at number 8, folks. Let's talk trash. No, not your neighbor's questionable fashion choices. I'm talking about sensitive documents. Those credit card offers with the pre-approved limits that make you feel like $1 million. Even though your bank account says otherwise, yeah, those bad boys need to go straight into the shredder. We're talking confetti level destruction here, people. Don't just tear it in half and call it a day. We want those identity thieves to have to piece together your information like a 10,000 piece jigsaw puzzle of boredom. So go on, get shredding. Your identity will thank you for it. Plus, it's strangely therapeutic. Now let's move on to number 7. Let's talk passwords, shall we? We all have them, we all hate them, and we all forget them at the worst possible time. But listen up, because this is important. Your passwords are the gatekeepers to your digital kingdom. So, you have to make sure that you make them strong, like Hulk smashed through a brick wall strong. None of this password 123 nonsense. We're talking upper and lowercase letters, numbers, symbols, the whole shebang. And while you're at it, ditch those common passwords like your ex's name or your birthday. Trust me, those identity thieves have heard them all before. Just remember, a strong password is like a good friend, hard to crack, always there for you, and never forgets your birthday. We have now arrived at number 6. Okay, so you've shredded your documents and built yourself a fortress of passwords. Good job. You're well on your way to becoming an identity theft ninja, but don't get too comfortable just yet. The next step is all about vigilance, my friends. You have to keep an eye on those accounts of yours like a hawk. Regularly check your bank statements, credit card bills, and any other financial accounts you have. And I mean really check them. Look for any weird or suspicious activity, no matter how small. A few bucks here and a few bucks there. It all adds up. Remember, identity thieves are sneaky. And if you see something, say something. Contact your bank or credit card company immediately. Let's look at number 5, phishing for trouble. All right, let's talk phishing scams. You know, those emails that try to trick you into giving up your personal information. Avoid at all costs. Here's the thing about phishing scams. They can be really convincing. They'll often use official looking logos, language, and even email addresses to try and fool you. But don't be fooled. Remember, legitimate companies will never ask for your personal information via email. So if you get an email that seems even remotely fishy, don't click on any links, don't open any attachments, and definitely don't reply with your life story. Better safe than sorry, right? Next up is number 4. Lockdown time. We're talking about your devices, people. Yes, all those gadgets you can't live without. Your phones, your laptops, your tablets, every single one of them. These days, everything is connected to the internet, which means everything is vulnerable to attack. It's a digital jungle out there. So how do we protect ourselves? How do we keep our digital lives safe? It's simple, lock it down. Secure every device you own. We're talking passwords, biometrics, the works. Every layer of security counts. Think of it like your Fort Knox, but for your digital life. First up, passwords. They are your first line of defense, and not just any passwords. Weak passwords won't cut it. We're talking strong and unique passwords for every single device, next biometrics, fingerprint scanning, facial recognition, all the advanced stuff, voice recognition. The future is here, people. Embrace it. And finally, don't forget about software updates. They are crucial. Those things might be annoying, but they're important. They keep your devices running smoothly and securely. They often contain security patches that can help protect your devices from the latest threats. Don't underestimate them. So next time you see that little update notification, don't ignore it. Click it, update it, and stay safe. We've now worked our way up to number 3, double the trouble. Let's be real, remembering passwords is the worst. It's like trying to recall the name of that one actor from that movie you saw years ago. But what if I told you there was a way to make your online accounts even more secure without having to remember a million different passwords? Enter two-factor authentication. This simple yet powerful tool adds an extra layer of protection to your digital life. Even if someone manages to guess your password, they still won't be able to get in without that second layer of security. It's like having a secret key that only you possess. After you enter your password, you'll be asked to enter a second code that's sent to your phone or email. This code is unique and changes every time, making it nearly impossible for hackers to get through. Sure, it might seem like an extra step, but trust me, it's worth it. Think of it as an investment in your peace of mind. It's like wearing a helmet when you ride a bike. You wouldn't want to risk a head injury just to save a few seconds, right? It might not be the most fashionable accessory, but it could save you a whole lot of pain in the long run. Just like a helmet, two-factor authentication is a small inconvenience for a big payoff. So, what are you waiting for? Take control of your online security today. Go forth and two-factor authenticate everything. Your future self will thank you for it. We are now at number 2 and getting to unveil the number 1 thing you can do, credit report checkup. Okay, folks, time for a little financial hygiene. Today we're talking about your credit report. Think of it like a health checkup, but for your finances. Checking your credit report regularly can help you spot any signs of identity theft early on. You'll be able to see if anyone has opened any accounts in your name, made any unauthorized purchases, or even just peeked at your credit score without your permission. And the best part, checking your credit report is actually free and easy. You can get a free copy of your report from each of the 3 major credit bureaus once a year. Just make sure you check your credit report regularly. Now, before we get to number 1, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also turn on bell notifications so you don't miss a single survival video. And now for the big number 1, the one that most people never consider, but it's your biggest threat. Public Wi-Fi? Proceed with caution. Public Wi-Fi. It's like the free bread at a restaurant. Irresistible, but potentially dangerous. It's almost impossible not to reach for it, but you should be aware of the risks. Public Wi-Fi can be a breeding ground for hackers and identity thieves. These cyber criminals are always on the lookout for unsuspecting victims. Think about it. You're sharing a network with a bunch of strangers. Each one of them could be a potential threat to your personal information. You have no idea who they are, what their intentions are, or if they're secretly a supervillain in disguise. It's a risky game to play. So, what's a tech-savvy individual to do? How can you protect yourself in such a vulnerable environment? Well, the best advice is to avoid public Wi-Fi altogether if you can. It's the safest option to keep your data secure, but hey, we get it. Sometimes it's just not possible to avoid it. Sometimes you just need to check your email, scroll through social media, or catch up on the latest news. Or maybe you want to watch a funny cat video and you're desperate for a connection. We all have those moments. If you absolutely must use public Wi-Fi, proceed with caution. Be aware of your surroundings and stay vigilant. Avoid accessing sensitive information like your bank accounts or credit card information. It's not worth the risk. If you must do something important, use a VPN, virtual private network. It adds an extra layer of security to your connection. With a VPN, you can browse with peace of mind, knowing all of your data is encrypted and protected from prying eyes. My recommendation is to use Surfshark VPN. It's the one I use. I'll put a link in the description. And when you use my link, you can get 4 months absolutely free. If for any reason you don't like it, you can get 100% of your money back. And there you have it, 8 of the most important steps to keep your identity safe and sound. From shredding documents like a confetti party animal to treating public Wi-Fi like it's a public restroom. Use with caution. We've covered it all. Remember, protecting your identity nowadays is one of the most important things you can do. Have you had your identity hacked or know someone who has? I'd love to hear your story in the comments below. So go forth and be vigilant, my friend.